Stay tuned for the biggest fish, the hottest bites, this week here on In-Depth Outdoors. With James Holst.
Look at that. Wow, is that an incredible fish?
And the rest of the IDO fishing team. We're headed to the best fisheries across the upper Midwest and Canada. We'll fish longer, explore unfished bodies of water, and go further off the beaten path in search of the hottest bites in fresh water. With Pat McSharry.
All right, what a fish.
And Andy Fioca.
Wow. Look at the colors on this fish.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
Welcome to another episode of In-Depth Outdoors. I'm Pat McSharry, and on this week's episode, we are headed to one of my favorite all-around destinations, which is Lake of the Woods in Northwest Ontario. And on this week's show, we're going to be fishing with Matt Rydberg, who's the owner of Crawford's Camp there in Sioux Narrows, and then Adam Rasmussen, who's another friend of ours that just loves fishing Lake of the Woods. And Lake of the Woods is a great destination for chasing species all across the board. Anything from pike, muskie, bass, walleye, crappie, you name it. They have trophy caliber fish of all species. And on today's show, we're gonna be chasing crappies. March is getting to be that time of year where that crappie bite really starts to pick back up from the midwinter funk, and they get really aggressive. So it's Matt Rydberg, Adam Rasmussen, and I chasing crappies here today on In-Depth Outdoors. What we got going today is Matt Rydberg, the owner of Crawford's Camp in Sioux Narrows. Adam Rasmussen and I are out here chasing around crappies. And Matt's out there punching some holes and getting some rods ready. But this time of year, the crappie bite really gets fun out here. Catch a really good average size fish. And it's just one of many things that you can do up here on Lake of the Woods this time of year. Hopefully the crappies cooperate. There we go, here's a nicer one.
That one looks better.
Yeah. Alright, he's digging. Boy, these big ones fight hard.
That's why they're fun.
Yeah.
Trying to double this up right now.
Oh yeah, slab. There we go, that's a nice crappie. You know, one of the things too, we're fishing a little bit deeper water. It's 30, 31 feet where we're at. And I think the most responsible thing to do with these crappies is actually keep them. And then as soon as you have your 5 or 10 fish, then to just leave, because more than likely when you release them, they're not gonna make it.
There we go.
What are you using, Matt?
A little tungsten wax.
Waxtail?
Yep.
Must be a nicer one.
Feels like it. Oh yeah. There you go. Man, it's just a game changer with these bullwhips.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's what we're looking for right there. I gotta get this one in here. I gotta get back down there. There's a few more on the screen.
The portion of the Lake of the Woods that we're fishing today has kind of the main basin bottoms out at about 35 to 40 feet. So the spots that we're targeting for these crappies are the steep breaks along points and shorelines right on the bottom edge. So you'll have that break line that'll come from say 20 feet and it'll drop straight down to 30. And you want to be as close to that edge as you possibly can, because these crappies are just kind of roaming the bottom edge of that basin alongside of that shoreline structure. And a lot of times these crappies are roaming right near the bottom, so you're not necessarily looking for suspended fish. So you actually have to fish the holes to see if you can bring those fish in and up off the bottom. And we'll punch maybe 10, 15 holes on one spot that we think looks good. And if nothing shows up within 15 or 20 minutes, then we'll just move on to the next one. But the main thing is that you do actually have to fish the holes, because a lot of times these crappies are hugging really tight to the bottom.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal, the only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a 2-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
From the first time you pick up a tuned-up custom rod, you'll know you're holding something special. A rod not mass-produced, but built one at a time by the hands of gifted craftsmen. Rods like the Precision, ice fishing's most versatile multi-species rod, or the Precision Noodle with a tip so sensitive you'll never fish a spring bobber again. And the Commander, the rod that's never met a big fish it couldn't best. Tuned-up custom rods. Ice rods handcrafted for you and the way you fish.
This winter, set a trap for your next trophy with iFish Pro. Ideal for all species, iFish Pro is an innovative fishing system that allows an angler to use their favorite rod and reel instead of trying to manage the fish hand over hand.
There's a flag right there.
Complete your ice fishing arsenal with iFish Pro, tactical ice gear that puts the fight back into tip-up fishing.
Look at that.
Find iFish Pro online at ifishpro.com or at your favorite sporting goods retailer.
Is that Matt's rod?
Yes, it is. You shouldn't have walked away from your rod. Matt set his rod down to go do something, and I happened to come walking by, and there's a big mark 2 feet underneath his jig. Feels all right. It's bigger than the last couple 8 inches I caught.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Not a bad one. Thanks, Matt. I owe you one. You're welcome, Adam. I'm always thinking of you, buddy. Well, like we said, we're catching them in this deeper water, so any of these that we bring up, odds are they're not going to release well, so we're going to keep these and have a little fish fry tonight. Oh, there's another one down there, too. That's the awesome thing, crappie fishing. They're a schooling fish, so usually if you get one, odds are there's a few of them fall on it.
There we go. Bingo. You know,
Got him, eh?
yeah. They're just kind of coming in waves, you know, like you'll have 3 or 4 that'll come through, you can pick a few off, and then it might be 15 minutes, and then another wave comes through.
Yeah, I think there's just little schools just cruising the base of that break, and you're almost better off picking a hole and staying in it.
Look at this one. That is a nice crappie right there.
Slabber.
Slab. But that's cool. Lake of the Woods has some of the nicest crappies around. And there's definitely just tons of areas and spots to fish for them. All right. Back down, get another
Got
one.
a little school down there. This one's not a monster, but he wanted it when he finally committed. It's always when you got fish on the screen, too. Let's see if we can get a quick one here. Still getting them, bud? Yeah, now that you gave me back my rod and hole. Good deal. Well, I'm not too far away from you now, so.
There we go. He whapped it. Boy, it's a lot of fun when they get that competition. They get a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, when you got multiples on the screen, doesn't take as much work to get a finicky fish to bite.
Right. There we go. Another nice crappie. Adam's using trying out the rip and wrap, but both Matt and I both started with just a BMC tungsten jig there and waxtail red. Red seems to always be a really good color out here on Lake of the Woods. Should be a good fish fry tonight.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Nice.
Ah, he's almost here. He's a little
Just
fighter.
Was it just a single or did a couple come in?
Just a single up high.
Nice, that's a big one though.
Yeah, well, he was suspended off bottom by about 5 feet. Didn't take much when I got up to him though.
Yeah. Nice fish, bud.
Thanks. It's just nice to be able to get out here and, you know, you can fish just about any species here, so. Coming here, we traveled across miles and miles of lake trout fishing. Got here, we're doing crappies, caught some perch, some tullabies. We have access to walleyes. Way back, if we want to hit lake trout, we can. You can't beat fishing like that.
Yeah, not only that, but you can catch trophy fish of all species. You know, it's just such a good trophy destination for pike, walleyes, lake trout, crappies, perch. I mean, it's got it all.
And hit multiple species in one day without having to travel too far. Snowmobile access to everything is really nice.
Hey, there you go.
Wow, it took forever to get that one.
They're pretty finicky right now.
Yeah, middle of the day. I don't think he's a giant, but I'll take him.
Oh yeah,
Not
there
a
you
bad
go.
one.
Nice one, bud.
I canned the idea of the rip and wrap.
Yeah.
All I could catch, I was getting fish to come up and cream it, but all the big marks, they would shy away from it. So instead of red, I went to pink and white on the waxtail.
Mm-hmm.
So seems to be working. All right, take that one back to Crawford's camp for a fish fry tonight. Get on and see if there's another one. They've been, usually when you see one, there's 3 or 4 with it, so.
Yeah, they don't stick around real long either.
They don't, so it's kind of important to get back down as fast as you can. There is one down there waiting.
The Lithium Shuttle, only from Markham Technologies. Okuma Fishing Tackle offers a complete lineup of reels for the die-hard ice angler. The Okuma Samar 10 and Inspira 20 are a perfect match with your favorite panfish or walleye ice fishing rod. Both feature a long stem handle that fits comfortably in a gloved hand. Cyclonic flow rotor technology that throws water off the reel to minimize ice buildup. And a drag system optimized for use in extreme conditions. Everywhere, every day, every fish. Okuma Fishing Tackle is inspired fishing.
At Aluma, we make the longest-lasting, most dependable enclosed trailers on the road today. By building quality our competition just can't match. Our all-aluminum construction gives you a heavy-duty but lightweight trailer that can handle your tough hauls. Aluma trailers are engineered for ease of use, with you in mind. All backed by our unbeatable 5-year warranty. Work or play, get there with Aluma. We're in it for the long haul.
Proving yet again that the best never rest, Otter introduces Otter Thermal Tech, the proprietary full thermal shell found on every Otter shelter. Beginning with the all-new XT-H hub shelters and the all-new lightweight one-man XT hideout, on up to the ever-popular XT and XT Pro Series shelters that have earned a near-legendary reputation for unmatched toughness and durability. At Otter, we know stopping at good enough is way overrated. This ice season, see for yourself how the best just keep getting better.
Nice.
This one feels a little better.
Looks like it.
He went the other way when I set the hook. I haven't felt that yet today. Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
Attaboy. Doesn't get old.
No, it does not. This could be a lot of fun here. I'm seeing multiples and they've started coming up higher off the bottom, so.
Right, these fish that are suspended up higher could probably be released too, so that's a bonus as well.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna keep this one just to get closer to my limit for the fish fry, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
There's several of them sitting down there yet.
Might have to punch a hole by ya.
Come join the party.
Got him, huh?
They don't even think about it now.
Wonder if a guy could switch to that rip and wrap now.
Might be able to. When you get it when these fish are up higher off the bottom, that's always a good sign because they're more aggressive at that time. It's another decent one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that one I just caught one. Saw 2 more marks on my graph. Dropped my jig down and the one immediately started coming up to greet it, close the bail, thunk, game over. So that's how crappie fishing is supposed to be. There's another one there.
I can't even buy a mark.
Now you know how I felt earlier. Got him. Just grab the auger and drill a hole over here.
How close is too close?
Drill it 2 feet away. It's another decent one here.
Oh yeah, stud.
That's 3 in like less than 3 minutes. That's awesome. That's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, when you find them schooled up like that, it's a lot of fun. You still got one waiting for you.
They're just there's another one just showed up. That's awesome. I love it up here because so far in the last, I came up Friday and I've went lake trout fishing, I went walleye fishing, I went and caught a bunch of perch. Now we're crappie fishing. Yeah. Who knows what I'm gonna do tomorrow? I mean, you can do whatever you want, and they're all nice fish too.
Exactly. It's an awesome place to be to, chase anything that you want. The opportunities are endless.
It is. It's awesome. This is a sure deal for me every March to come up here and spend some time at the end of my guiding season and get to have some fun setting the hook for myself, and I can't think of a greater place to do it. All right. Whoa, did that one come screaming up. And he put on the brakes. Got his buddy though.
Fun stuff.
This is awesome. I started out slow, but I'm trying to make a comeback here.
Oh, you're making up for it now.
Come on. Another nice crappie.
Heck yeah.
All right, get that bait out of his mouth. Hooked right in the beak where you want him. Talk a little bit more about what I'm using. Pat and Matt have been basically using the same presentation. They're using red. I went with the pink glow. It's a tungsten tubby jig, a 16th ounce, just so I have that weight to get down because we are fishing a little bit deeper. But as you can see, when they're schooled up like this, it's important to be able to get back down there as fast as you can. You want to get back down before those fish move on. So end of the day, it might get you 4, 5, 6 extra bites. So that is definitely a key in deeper water. And then just a wax tail on here. You want that bait hanging perfectly horizontal. Something else that I do, be hard to see, but I tie a loop knot on my jig. So that jig always hangs perfectly horizontal in the water. If a fish bites and you miss them and you have a cinch knot on there, that jig's gonna pull straight down and they're not gonna bite it when it's hanging like that.
Yeah, and that presentation is such a good one if the fish are in a negative mood at all. If they won't eat a 16th ounce tungsten tubby with a wax tail, I don't think they'll hit anything.
Yeah, this is kind of a go-to crappie bait.
About the only way you could sweeten the pot is if you used wax worms or put a couple spikes on there, but other than that, it's a pretty dynamite presentation.
Brandel GM in Aiken, Minnesota's only haggle-free Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer, is a proud sponsor of In-Depth Outdoors TV. Our Brandel value price ensures that you don't have to spend your entire day haggling to get a great deal. And every new vehicle comes with our exclusive gimmick-free lifetime powertrain warranty. Whether you're in need of service, sales, parts, or body shop repair, stop by our state-of-the-art facility in Aiken or visit us 24/7 at brandelgm.com.
Looking for the perfect fishing vacation? Leech Lake, Minnesota. There's over 112,000 acres of water to explore with fantastic walleye, bass, pike, panfish, and trophy muskies. The fishing opportunities are endless. Leech Lake has it all with over 30 resorts, lodges, campgrounds, and hotels line its pristine shores. Plan your trip. It's Minnesota's original up-north vacation destination.
Markham's new pocket-sized handheld underwater cameras, the Recon 5 and 5 Plus, use a 5-inch color display to deliver superior screen detail and employ a combination of dark water LED and infrared lighting to punch through the darkness. The Recon 5 Plus adds a built-in DVR and on-screen display for critical information, previously only available on full-sized underwater viewing systems. This winter, see what you've been missing with a Recon from Markham Technologies, the undisputed leader in underwater cameras.
Nice mark.
Looks like a nice one.
Feels pretty good. Digging a little bit. That one never even hesitated. I dropped my jig down. He popped on the screen. Look at that one.
Dang, that's a good one, man.
That's what we're after right there. That's a 14-inch class fish right there. That's awesome. All right. That's what we're after. I don't know, something about these fish, like I catch piles of crappies in the wintertime in Wisconsin when I'm guiding, and something about being up here though, that there's nobody around us.
Endless spots to fish.
Yeah, I mean, this looks good. Let's go fish this spot and pick a few off. This looks good. I mean, there's so much potential and so many places to go. It's just awesome. Great place to be. Man, I wish Matt was here right now.
Yeah, he's missing out.
He had to leave and go take care of some stuff at camp, but fishing's kind of picked up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he'll be happy or glad when we get back and tell him. But joys of being a camp owner, I guess.
Yep, business calls.
Yep. There you go.
Bingo. Just had to move right in on you in order to start catching them.
Since you're so close, I'll come over and get your transducer out of the way.
So the rods we're using, I think Adam's using a precision noodle, but this is a bullwhip. And they are pretty awesome for detecting bites. I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to catch them with a regular rod, but man, it makes it a lot easier to detect bites on these small baits when you're using a noodle rod.
Especially in this deep water. I mean, we're not fishing with braid, we're fishing with 3-pound fluorocarbon, and there's still a little give there.
Yep, but it's a lot of fun. And you know, one thing with these crappies too, a lot of times they'll actually up hit the bait and you can still detect that. You can see right there that rod tip, when I pick up on that bait, the rod tip comes up. So even if they up hit it, you're still gonna be able to see that and set the hook. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. That's what friends are for. And we're only like 3 feet apart.
Yeah.
There's one.
Nice.
This feels like a pretty good one too, Pat.
Well, that's kind of all you've been catching today are big ones.
You know, I started off slow, and something's got to turn at the end of the day. Might as well catch some bigger ones, right?
My name's Adam Rasmussen, and I only catch big ones.
Look at that one. Oh, this is awesome. Kind of had my fill of crappie fishing, though. I'd do something else this afternoon, maybe. I mean,
yep.
Options are endless here.
So I got one more here to get, and then let's hit it.
Sounds good. Right in the nose. Well, I think I'm good. I'm gonna wait for Pat to get this last one, and we're gonna boogie.
There we go.
Got another one, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like a good one.
I don't know if it's gonna be as big as that jumbo you just caught, but bending the rod.
It's all right, we all get lucky once in a while.
Yeah, it isn't as big, but it's still a nice one.
Beauty.
Nice fish. Here we go, get that popped off, and you know what? That's my 5th one, and I'm gonna call it quits for the day. That's one thing, you know, you can find crappies. We found them last year in shallower water out here, and they release great. But when you're in this 28 plus feet of water, I really don't feel good releasing those fish, and I don't think that they're gonna make it. So the best thing you can do is take your 5 if you have a conservation, or your 10 if you have the full license, and go on and go fish for something else. There's tons of other stuff out here to fish for, lake trout, walleyes, pike, and just go fish for something else. Leave the crappies alone, because they're probably not gonna make it when you release them in that deep of water. So what do you think, Adam? Go chase something else?
Why not? There's plenty of stuff to chase up here. I'm sure we could go catch some walleyes on our way back to camp or something.
All right, let's do it. That's gonna do it for this week's episode. We had an absolute blast out there chasing crappies. And this time of year in March, a lot of times you can find crappies in shallower water, but with the late spring we're having up north, there's no snow melt off. Those fish haven't really migrated to that shallower water, and the only place that we could find them was in 28 plus feet of water. And when you're catching those fish out of that deep of water, I really think the most responsible thing to do is to keep those fish and then just leave when you have enough fish to eat. And that's all we did. We caught enough fish for a great fish fry and had a lot of fun doing it. So if you're looking to get in on some of this crappie action or any of the other species there on Lake of the Woods, make sure you give Matt Rydberg at Crawford's Camp a look. He's a great guy and a lot of fun to fish with. And as I mentioned, there's tons of other species to capitalize on in this area, and who knows, you might see us up there in an upcoming show. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
For more info on the latest fish reports, gear recommendations, and hottest techniques, connect with us online at indepthoutdoors.com or follow us on Facebook at In Depth Outdoors. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to let our sponsors know.